hear me just fine, but just wanted to go over this project that I've been working on. It's a Subaru WRX Bugeye 2002. Been having it for about 3 years now. I just want to give a little rundown and about what's going on with this car and a little bit of history about this car. So I got this car back in 2000, excuse me. I got it back in about like 3 years ago or so off of Facebook Marketplace. Found this car with the posting that didn't have much details about it, and I messaged the guy and I asked him, hey, what's the price on the car? I believe, if I recall, if I could find the pictures I could post them in the video, but he mentioned 3,000. No, not 3,000. He mentioned throw me an offer, and at that time I didn't really know how much these cars were going for. I paid a little bit too much for it, in my honest opinion, because of the condition of the car. The way how you see the car was the way pretty much how it was given to me. So let's go ahead and take a deeper look as well. It's been a Texas car, stayed most of its life in Texas, I believe, and it has, I believe these are American racing wheels. I believe they're okay. Definitely could be, definitely need to be replaced. Front bumper needs to be replaced. A good amount of cosmetic damage to this vehicle. And yeah, as soon as I got this car, well, I should have realized that the car was having head gasket issues, which the owner, didn't feel like telling me for some odd reason. And let me show the back a little bit better. There we go. Car looks great overall. Like the body shape, few things and dents, and definitely the paint needs to be redone, but overall it's a great looking car. Anyways, back to the story. So I bought it for about 5K, I believe, 5 to 6K. Like I mentioned, I paid a bit too much for it because at the time I didn't realize the head gaskets were basically blown. And long story short, gave it to my mechanic. He had it for about like 2 years, and once it was brought back to me, car was still not running, but it at least has an engine in it now that's fully functioning, which I'll show in a second. But we did some cosmetic goodies to this STI interior. The seats could be in better condition. There's a lot of wear on these seats. Not sure if the video captures it that well, but yeah, definitely needs. I'll probably replace the seats with version 7 seats if I can find some, but if I can't, I'll stick with these for now. And then the rear just has parts missing. Let me open this up real quick. The rear just has some miscellaneous parts and other goodies, missing the back piece as well for this. But yeah, overall, it's a great car, and I just want to record the progress that we're gonna make in getting this car up and running. I currently have a specific code called P1507, and I can show that shortly as well. But yeah, overall, been having this car for about 3 to 4 years in total. Haven't driven it yet fully. It's drivable, but definitely not in the state that I want to run it in. So let me go ahead and show you the engine real quick. Hopefully the wind isn't interfering too much, but anyways, here's the engine. At first, the car was a hybrid. I believe it had 2.5 heads, and the block itself was a 2.0. I could be wrong. I am not an expert in these cars. I am currently working on understanding and getting a better knowledge of these cars. But anyways, so yeah, since the head gaskets went out, we went ahead and added everything back to 2.0, if I recall, or 2.05. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yes, so far pretty much it's basically the basic setup. But like I mentioned, I have a few hoses disconnected just because of the routing, and we have a turbo in there. I forgot which model, and then aftermarket blow-off valve. I believe it's a Turbo Smart. I forgot what the brand is called. But yeah, nothing too crazy. We're just trying to keep this car as OEM as possible, just because I personally, the goal of this car is just to drive it. That's all I want to do. just want to drive this car. But yeah, that's the current state of the engine. And like I mentioned, there is a code called P1507 that I need to get resolved. And yeah, if you guys have any input on that, I've read a lot of forums on the code, and I've done pretty much everything I could to resolve the issue, but no luck. And then currently, I'm definitely also going to show the progress of cleaning up this whole garage, just because it's a mess in here, as you could tell. I did buy an exhaust for this car. It's a HKS Power, I believe. Let me show you in a second. I got off of Facebook Marketplace in Austin for about $250, which is a really good price. Let's see if I can show it to you. Not sure if you can read the letter right there, but HKS Power for $250. I would say definitely worth the buy for the purchase, just because most of my exhaust is kind of an unknown brand. So let's see, I think the camera angle is good from here. Just gonna have another view of the car, and we're gonna take it on a little spin around the neighborhood. Like I said, the car is not in good condition to drive, but it could run just fine once you clear the coast. So anyways, let's give it a shot. And by the way, I am not a good driver. I'm still learning how to drive stick. Let's see, keys should be in here. Like I said, as you can hear, the car is on super high idle right now. As you can tell, the car is hesitating, and I'll show you the codes right now as well, since we're here. Right now we have one code. Let's go ahead and take a look at the code. I'm pretty sure it's going to be P1507. Manufacturer. Subaru. P1507. High idle. This one I'm a little bit mixed up on. But anyways, these are the last three codes I have issues with on this car. And I replaced the TGVs and all that good stuff already. But yes, let's go ahead and erase the codes and give this car a little drive. I might need to change the angle. Currently the GoPro's on the chest cam, so if you can't see that much, forgive me. I'll adjust the angles.